Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my April coloring wrap up. And for the month of April, I colored 7 pages, which seems to be like my normal trajectory. I think January I colored like a lot, and I don't know if that's ever gonna happen again. At least not in like the nicer seasons, maybe. I don't know, it really depends. 3 of those were buddy colors because I joined the Cat Lady Colorists, which I will talk about when I go over my coloring pages. And yeah, similar to last month, I feel like my coloring, especially with alcohol markers in particular, has gotten like way better, really like jumped a lot in skill level. So that's very exciting. I am hoping for May to do at least one bigger colored pencil page because I only did a very small one in April, which I will get to. But yeah, overall pretty successful coloring month. Let's get into it. I will warn you, I'm pretty sure my audio messed up when I recorded the coloring pages earlier. So apologies for that. So the first page that I finished in April was out of Cozy Japan by Jade Summer, and it is this fishing page. I love aspects of this and dislike other aspects of this one. I even really dislike this one. I'm not super mad about. You know, just the nature of coloring and stuff. I'm actually really proud of everything above the water for sure. I love the patterns. I love the sky a lot. This just like hazy kind of like sunrise kind of sky. I was attempting the Jade Summer tutorial on water and for some reason didn't really work. The underwater part here is good, like the fish looking like they're underwater, great. But all like the blending and stuff didn't really work. And then this was just open, and so that's why I put black there. I'm a little mixed about that. But yeah, the water tutorial that I was trying to follow for this water, even though I used all of the same colors and everything, didn't really work. Did not work for me. I did a second page in this book later on in the month, and that is this one, which is probably one of my favorite pages of the month that I've done, like, period. So I love the colors. I did this like gold because I followed a tutorial for this, and this was lovely and beautiful. I added in this cobblestone like sidewalk kind of thing. I got a cobblestone stencil, and that worked really well. I like all the little mossy bits. I did the sky as well. I believe this is I believe this is a tutorial from Coloring with Cat or Color. I'll put her username on the screen. But yeah, really love how all of this turned out. I love the wood details. Like, this is one of my favorite pages that I have ever done so far. I really feel like my coloring is getting exponentially better. I still have some off pages, but overall, I'm really enjoying most of what I'm doing, and I especially love this book, which I've already mentioned, one of my favorite books. And I started doing some buddy colors this month. This month I joined the Cat Lady Colorists, and we are mostly doing pages from this illustrator, and so they have a Cat Moments book, and then they have a like Cats Behaving Badly or something. I don't have the Cats Behaving Badly because it's not really my art style that I really like, so I just join when they do something out of this. So I did a couple pages here. First was this little cat bed, which I really love how this turned out. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I love it. I did this like kind of gradient galaxy background with the bed. I did the embroidery like skill that people have been doing, which I really like how this turned out. I started doing this before I had acrylic markers in a bunch of different colors, and so I just kind of used gel pen and color pencil, and it still turned out really, really well. I love how this looks. I had seen other people kind of do this embroidery thing with the toys in this picture and really liked it. I actually wasn't sure what this was, and I guess it's a tree, but yeah, that kind of worked. I mean, it kind of just feels like fuzzy and wonderful. I love the color selection. So yeah, overall, really love this page. And I typically in this book, I'm doing this kind of like gray tabby because that's the colors of cat that I have. Then the second page I did in this book this month, which we haven't, I don't think, posted yet, but we might by time that this video goes up, was this page, these little cats behaving badly in the bathroom. So I also am really happy with most of the stuff on this page. I did this background like tile from a tutorial. I made this glass clear that actually turned out really well. This I kind of was inspired by the underwater tutorial of like making something, you know, look like it's underwater. So this really worked well. I tried to do this like rain kind of thing, but I wanted to make it smaller droplets than I've seen in other tutorials because the big droplets don't look like they match with the sizing in pages sometimes, but this didn't really work for me. It's fine. I don't hate it, but it just kind of didn't work. But I did a limited color palette. I believe I chose a color palette from the Color Cube, and then we still have a gray tabby, but this felt like orange cat behavior. Orange tabby cat behavior is all of this. Yeah, I also did it like a marble floor that I have like mixed opinions on, but people really seem to like it when I've shown this to other people. So yeah, overall really like how this page came together. I don't always do well with a limited color palette, and this I actually did. And then the final page that I did with the Cat Lady colorist this month was this PDF that the author that we talked about, that we do everything from, came out with for Easter, kind of like Easter springtime. This was a limited color palette that I don't think worked as well for me. I tried, it didn't work as well. Actually, I added in the pink because pink wasn't even a part of the color palette. I did this kind of like background that I had found a tutorial for. I like how the plaid turned out. I kind of like how the Easter basket turned out. I wanted to add the pink because I was like, this limited of a color palette just didn't really work for me. Sometimes the limited color palettes work really well and sometimes they don't. And this I'm mixed on. I don't think it's awful. The background, like the wood background, is something I kind of defaulted to because I was like, okay, I need something to kind of contrast with the like tablecloth. I like this plate situation. I like the basket generally. And I think I kind of like what I did with the pot and stuff, but overall I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure about this one. But it's cute, it's fine, but not my favorite of my work so far. And I took a little break from alcohol marker work and did a small page in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. That is this. Again, conflicted about this one. My main thing that I wanted to try with this was I had bought Distress inks a while ago and hadn't used them yet. So this is a Distress ink background. For a first time background, not bad, honestly. And then I wasn't really sure what to do with the rest of it, so I just kind of went with it. I really like the underwater portion of this. Like, I like my blending and all of the like plants and things. I like the blending in the water, but then the rest of it, it just doesn't really feel super cohesive to me. I tried to pull in like colors from the background, so then I was like, okay, purple sky, this side of the galaxy kind of thing. I sort of did like a Northern Light situation. I love this side. I don't like so much. The color of the lighthouse, like I did a little bit of like lavender stuff, and then I did normal brick down here. I don't know. I tried. I did a little underwater kind of technique again, that underwater technique kind of pulling in from the previous tutorials and stuff. I did some glitter gel pen up here, but yeah, this is fine. Not one of my favorites. And yeah, did like kind of try to make the bottle look a little bit more like glass. I just got some acrylic markers. And so I had like a better acrylic marker for that. But yeah, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like that I finally used the distressed inks. I want to start using those on colored pencil, especially backgrounds. And then finally, I did a page from Witches Around. That is this page, which is also one of my favorites. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. This came together in like a day. So yeah, the witches, all of the moss kind of details. I added in this background, this like cobblestone kind of fence, this like brick fence, and the flower background. The flower background was, I think it was Bokiki did a tutorial for this, which is like one of the coloring book publishers. But then I used one of my stencils to kind of create the brick pattern, added in all like the moss and stuff, the moss on the top. I just love how this turned out. I love the color palette, which again, kind of more limited, but not super limited. I do better when I don't have super limited color palettes. The only thing I don't love is like, I still haven't figured out how to make the witches' faces not look crazy, because the illustrator leaves their eyes blank, and like drawing like pupils and irises and all that like never kind of works. This is kind of, this is okay. It's not bad. I still just don't know what to do with their eyes, like ever. I did this kind of like metal pale because that was using the same tutorial that I used for the gold in the Jade Summer book earlier. So I love that. I love the shading. I love all how the shading looked. Like, this is perfect for me. I also did a little bit of colored pencil shading. So this is mostly alcohol markers. The flowers back here are acrylic marker, and then the shading is all colored pencil, which I think works really well for this. So I've been struggling to figure out the mediums that work in these books because there's a lot more detail than some of the other cozy coloring books, and so it's harder to use just alcohol markers. I don't find I love alcohol markers for shading in this. I like colored pencil. So yeah, this was a high note to end the month on. I really love this. But yeah, edit some favorite pages that I've ever done so far this month. Just really enjoying how my coloring's improving. Yeah, that was it for all of the coloring pages that I did in April. Comment down below and let me know how your coloring month went. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all you guys soon. Bye.